Here's a short Chaturanga flow to get you ready to take on the full Chaturanga. The poses that you're going to go through are high plank, low plank, down dog, and cobra. I'm going to break down each of the poses first and then show you the flow. To start off, find yourself in a plank position with your shoulders above your wrists and your fingers spread out wide. You don't want your hands cupped together. Spread the fingers wide. Check out your toes. Make sure that they're gripping the mat as well. Be mindful that you are pushing into this middle part of your back. So imagine someone has their finger there and you push up. Sometimes it's easy to stick the butt up high or let it hang low. You want to find a happy medium. So take a deep breath in. And then as you move into low plank, you lean forward on your toes, bringing your shoulders a little farther over your hands. Pinch your elbows in toward your ribs and lower yourself down. Go very slowly as you find your way all the way to the mat. To prepare for cobra, low cobra, you can point your toes and push the tops of your feet into the mat, lifting your legs so your kneecaps are off the mat. So you're engaging your quads and pushing the tops of your feet into the mat. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, pinch your elbows in toward your body. You're gonna look a few inches out in front of you, not directly in front of you, so as to not crank your neck. As you inhale, lift your upper body. You can put weight in your hands by putting them up on fingertips, leave them fully down, or let them rise. So when you're in the lower position, and then you inhale, and then exhale. You can go through that a few times the first time you do it to help lubricate in between the vertebra in your spine. To prepare to move back into plank or down dog, first you curl your toes under, grip your hands into the mat. I like to rise on an inhale. If that's too much and it feels like it's straining, you can start from your knees, push yourself up onto your knees first. Stay here for your strong plank or lift your knees all the way up. To move from plank into down dog, you grip your fingers into the mat and then lift your hips, pushing your chest toward your knees. Explore how wide you like your feet, how wide it feels comfortable. It doesn't matter if your heels touch the ground. They might not the first time you do it. So you can move your legs back and forth like this, walk in the dog. Your fingers and hands might start to slide, so just make sure you're gripping your strong fingers into the mat. And just go ahead and check out your head and your neck. Let your head hang heavy. Remembering that you are not trying to make a perfect triangle, you're trying to lengthen your spine by pushing your chest toward your knees slowly, micro movements. And when you're ready to leave down dog and go back to plank, you simply push the mounds of your feet into the mat as you use your core and your legs to push your upper body back over your hands. Strong hands, strong core, pushing into this part of your back. And then as you breathe out, you can lower into low plank, keeping the elbows in tight until you release all the way down. Point the toes for cobra, and then however you choose, on fingertips, palms down, hands lifted, and then exhale, release. So that's a breakdown, pose by pose, for each of the poses in this flow. Now I will walk you through the entire flow 5 times. The first time we'll take a complete breath, inhaling and exhaling for each pose. For the rest of the flow, we will either inhale or exhale on the poses. So first of all, get yourself ready. You can sit cross-legged, you could stand, you can sit in hero pose. I need to catch my breath. So I'm going to take a few deep breaths before I start. Use your breath to help control the rate of your heart. These poses can be very strenuous, so if you start to feel like your breath is speeding up, take time to pause and slow it down by intentionally taking deep inhales and long exhales. So let's go ahead and begin. Starting your plank, you can always modify your plank with your knees on the ground. If you choose to do this, you're still pushing into this part of your back, but you're gonna engage your core by lowering your butt a little bit more. Not so far that it's like this, but just so that way you can get a little more engagement. Everything else about modified plank still applies. So start in your high plank or your modified plank. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Lower down into your low plank as you exhale, and then all the way down. Point your toes. Inhale, lift your chest, low cobra. Exhale, hands back to the mat, curl your toes, lift up into high plank or modified plank. Inhale. Exhale as you move into down dog, shifting your hips high, maybe adjusting your feet, pedaling your legs. Take a deep breath. Exhale. On your inhale, move to high plank. As you exhale, lower down slowly. All the way to the floor. Inhale, pinch your elbows back, low cobra. Exhale, release your body back to the floor, curl your toes under. Inhale, push up into modified or high plank. Exhale, push back into down dog. Inhale, back to high plank. Exhale, lower down. Point your toes. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, lower down. Curl your toes. Push up into high plank. On your inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, move into high plank. Exhale, lower. Point your toes, engage your legs, cobra. On your inhale. Exhale, lower, curl your toes. Inhale, push up, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an extra breath here. Let it out very slowly. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, lower down. Take an extra breath. Slow exhale. On your inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Bend your knees, walk your hands toward your feet toward your hands, and then slowly come all the way up. Take your time so you don't get dizzy. Hopefully that was 5 rounds, I lost count. Thanks for joining this starter Chaturanga practice.